Tonight's the night, and it's gonna happen again and again. Has to happen. I'm of course referring to leveling up my Wario number 9. And if you didn't get that little reference, that is from Dexter, Season 1, Episode 1. Great show. Actually, I'm up to Season 8 at the moment. The writing's kind of dropped off in the last 4 seasons, but it's still a good TV show. Still a big fan of the characters and what they're doing, but not as good as its peak, which is probably Season 1 or 2 for me. Season 4 was pretty good as well, of course. Okay, Dexter aside, enough chit chat about Dexter. I could keep yapping about that, but let's talk about what's really on my mind: Smash Bros. And it's actually been a while since I've gone to a tournament. I recorded on 2 weeks ago Saturday, the last episode. Didn't go last week Wednesday, and now I'm going this week Wednesday to a tournament. So yeah, I'm keen, I'm hungry, I'm ready to play, and I think the break was good. I just had to focus on some work stuff and life stuff. Plus it was my birthday. But anyway, let's talk about what's on my mind in terms of Wario. Now, I actually I paid for a VOD review from Shinymark. One that I'm probably going to cover, well, the game I'll cover today, probably for the VOD review, because I've been told there's no stream today. One of the head TOs, I think he's studying up for exams because it's study week. So there'll be no stream, but that's okay. I've got a game in reserve, so I can look at that. And yeah, I've got a lot of points Shinymark's given me, but I think one of the keys, I suppose, that I kind of want to talk about in this car talk is the 3 pillars of learning, the triangle of learning, he puts it. So I don't think it's an idea coined by Shinymark, but basically he believes in playing, theory crafting, and VOD reviewing. Now, I'm definitely someone who just plays by feel, plays by instincts, plays by what I've seen done before, what I see Gluto do, what situations make sense to me. What is this bus doing? Hold on. Okay, so I've definitely done the theory craft aspect before, like shadow boxing, imagining situations, but I definitely think I could go more into note taking, breaking down each aspect of the game, like neutral, miscellaneous facts, advantage state, whether that be juggling, edge guarding, ledge trapping. Disadvantage also has juggling, ledge trapping, edge guarding for each character. And I think that's a good starting point, I guess, for note-taking going forward, or when I do my VOD reviews, when I break down each aspect of the game. It won't just be, here's the burst range of these characters. So yeah, I think that's sort of enhanced my understanding when it comes to theory crafting. And VOD reviewing is actually something I've only picked up because of this YouTube series. But already I've noticed it's had a decent impact on my decision making. I'm more aware of what to do, what's optimal in each position, not just going for subpar. Oh jeez, almost crashed. This bus and this car almost crashed. Let me just be careful. Yeah, I've noticed good impacts from VOD reviewing already. So yeah, I think I'll definitely keep that in mind going forward, like those three pillars of learning. Specifically in terms of what I'm going to improve on today, I'm thinking, breaking it down into my shield usage, to be honest, because I think I fell into a trap of trying to shield right on top of someone because Wario doesn't have much range. However, that means my initial dash or run or jump will probably get caught as I'm trying to shield up close with the opponent. But I'm not sure why exactly I felt the need to be so close to my opponent, because Obviously, if like they miss space and miss space up close, that's good because then I can punish out of shield. But that doesn't mean I have to just break into their burst range, be right on top of them for them to do a move. I can actually just stay just outside or just within their burst range shielding, and if they do a move like at the tip of their range just to hit me, I can just assess what to do from there. Another key aspect I think as well I was lacking was full momentum nair. Now, if you're not aware of what full momentum nair actually means, it's just a tech that allows you to, say for example, nair out of shield, but actually get full momentum as you're going forward. Because something I was, I guess, gullible of was I'd press jump and attack, then drift. So I just jump in place, nair, then try drift over. But you need max drift for nair 1 and 2 to connect on Wario. So nair 1's that first hit, nair 2 is when he spreads out, lands on you, sends you up. So I think it's something I want to work on, at least execution wise, have that tech in my back pocket. If you're not sure how to actually do the tech, what you do is you press jump, hold jump, then that's frame 1, you're just holding jump. You don't press A at the same time as jump. You press A a frame later, let go of attack after 1 frame, then move the stick left and right, either frame 3 or 4, and that's what lets you have full momentum, because essentially what you're trying to do is like do a jump nair, but just before your jump squat ends, jump squat's 3 frames, you want to be inputting a direction as if you're full jumping in that direction. So that tech allows you to basically have like more range, I guess, on your out of shield by being further away, and like hits will combo a bit better. I don't have to dash nair all the time. So yeah, that's just, I guess, some key points. There's a lot in that video to break down. Obviously not going to share all of it, but yeah, there's some cool insights. I'm going to keep coming back to that VOD review, seeing what I can gain, what little insights I can gain into my play. Maybe get another VOD review from Shinymark in future. I also didn't mention, so Shinymark's like a pro Pikachu player. If you weren't aware of who he was, very good patient play, and yeah, really respect his insights into the game. Yeah, so almost at the venue now, so I'll probably just wrap up. I'll see you for the VOD review, which probably won't be from today's tournament, will be from a different tournament. Alright, see ya. Alright, let's just get straight into it. So I'm versing Alex's R.O.B. She was the number 5 player in Perth last season, but she usually plays PT, started picking up R.O.B though. And this is actually the match I got Shinymark to VOD review for me, but rather than just run through everything he said, I'm just going to try and remember things off by heart. So, kind of like a pop quiz, I suppose. So, already here, I do get a fair, which, like from here, from this position, I can definitely get a grab into up, just like not dash grabbing, just standing grab into up throw up air. However, I try to go for a nair. The problem with this nair though is, well, 2 things I did wrong. I could either dash, then nair to get full momentum, or I could do full momentum nair, which is from a standing position. Well, I'll explain the tech. It's basically the tech I explained in the car talk, how to do it. But you see here, I did just jumped and then drifted, which means it didn't connect, and now I get reversaled. Okay, I'm getting juggled quite a bit, but I think here, instead of just taking the juggles, it's better to just go to ledge and reset from there.
It's a little bit fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah, Alex just keeping the distance.
Almost getting reversed again. Let's talk about that gyro though, because that's a big situation. I think I was misplaying. Just back a few frames here. Let's see. There we go. So when it comes to R.O.B, I sort of like to break it down into 2 phases. There's the zoning phase and the brawling phase. For the zoning phase, I just need to be careful of gyro, laser, those sort of zoning tools. And that means when I'm in a position like this, just beyond brawl range, I shouldn't be dashing, because once I dash, that's a commitment. I can't, the only thing I can do out of a dash is jump. I can't shield, I can't do spot dodge, can't roll, can't do any defensive maneuvers like that. I can only jump, which itself is a commitment. So I don't want to be stuck not being actionable essentially, because dashing is a commitment and I'm trying to dash forward to create a situation, but my initial dash is going to get caught, as we're about to see, by the gyro. So yeah, when I'm in this position, it's better to just walk and shield. If I'm going to jump, sort of jump this way, it's a little bit of a commitment as well. So I think just walk, close the distance, and once we're in burst range, see what they do. Are they brawling? Are they going to stay zoning, but now they'll have to sort of, what's the word? They have to retreat to make it safe, because if they do like a laser from here, it's not that safe. Like if I jumped, I could punish, or if I'm close and shielding, I can punish, things like that. So yeah, I can sort of force them into the corner if they're just going to play projectiles. But eventually, as most people do, they're going to brawl their way out, and that's how I get my way in. Yeah.
Real nice, not letting Josh get into that close range that is really looking for.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty nasty first stock. Definitely not playing optimally, I think, when it comes to the ranges.
Okay, that's a nice catch. That's a nice catch.
Okay, nice little sequence there.
Really needs to play into,
I like that.
Maybe being a little bit more grounded, because every time he's in.
Actually, something I could have done here though,
Yeah,
rather than going for this nair, I could actually maybe fast fall, because this wasn't true. This was a little frame trap here. Maybe I could fast fall after the fair, get an up tilt, or grab as a possible combo extension. But I like this this nair into fair. Could do a landing nair into back air as well if I do it lower to the ground.
Like, maybe being a little bit more grounded, because every time he's in
Nice
the air,
jump.
he's getting called out by R.O.B fairs.
Hey, Alex is going high, but yeah, I do the bike way too late. Not enough recognition, basically. Yeah, that's a good example too. Like, yeah, I mean, it's a R.O.B classic, right? Nair, down tilt, those are their brawling tools. And yeah, I sort of got into my head. I wanted to full hop and approach, and yeah, Alex just does this safe nair, catches me out.
But yeah,
but nice reversal.
Spacing with some back airs a little bit more, like, but this is.
I think something as well. Let's go back. Barely go back. I think something I wasn't comfortable doing in this set. But I'm aware of its existence, is basically the best way to pick up gyro. You dash, and during your dash, you let go of the control stick input you use to dash, go back to neutral and press A. You won't jab or anything, but during your dash, you pick up the gyro. So that's a nice method to pick up the gyro. It was a little uncomfortable here, and yeah.
Like, Josh is pretty even it out. Like,
okay.
Yeah, we just need
nice back air.
That we wanted to see.
Just catching that nair.
Getting past his projectiles is a little bit fucked, but I believe in Josh. The advantage is clean. It is clean. Sometimes he would just.
Yeah, I think in this situation here, it's better to just try catch the gyro rather than. My fair barely whiffs there, but. Let's see. Okay, up air doesn't, up tilt doesn't connect.
Yeah, dodging out the up tilts. Oh. Okay, nice. Damn.
Yeah, I'm really struggling to pick up gyro, and it's showing. Nice mash.
I mean, Alex with a bit of a lead. She can afford to kind of cook a little bit, but against Wario, I don't know if you want to be playing with.
Again, like, not recognizing the burst ranges, and yeah. That was a nice little sequence. So I tried to do like a tech where, well, first of all, I had Alex in the corner here, and I was back here, and then I just seeded Sage control, which is not great, because when I have R.O.B in the corner, that's when I can go crazy. They can't really retreat. But I tried to do this little cheeky thing where you spawn the bike, and if the bike, one of the bike wheels hits this platform or hits the ground, you get sort of a boost in speed. So let's see, hold on. Yeah, I was just trying to use that to hit them, but and again, just not being actionable, not being ready to shield, not recognizing the zoning burst ranges
the
correctly.
horizontal pressure, like just a horizontal game that Rob has with those projectiles, and the vertical advantage that Rob
Okay, nice jump.
Yeah. Okay,
Nice.
okay. Trying to wait out, maybe for that waft. Ooh, the empty hop. Okay.
You go for a tomahawk,
I see the
F2,
vision, I see the vision.
another
He's-
F2,
he's keeping up-
another
he's
F2.
keeping up with the Rob. Like, this looks like a really rough matchup.
Just because it's spaces, I think I
Josh
really wanted the
keeping it
kill with
pretty
that.
even. Ooh, nice, nice, nice.
Okay.
Catching him with the
I think that was okay, but yeah,
Okay,
probably could have gone back
just like-
here, edge guard instead of
I don't
just
know,
biking.
you do not want to be put in disadvantage at all. Because that's when it just starts to get like really potent.
Okay, not too bad a percentage deficit, and obviously I got the
I
waft.
did not even
I wouldn't mind hitting a gyro
change the
combo
score as
here,
well.
but just through the gyro.
Sure, it's 1-0, Alex. Could be tweaking.
Okay, that was nice. Right.
Sure, it's 1-0, Alex.
Definitely should be doing. This is sort of what I'm looking for, I guess. Like for them to do like a down tilt on my shield, which isn't that safe. If they're up close like this, unless they do down tilt shield or down tilt defensive option, Robs don't really do just down tilt by themselves. They're going to down tilt nair, down tilt jab. I get good out of shield from that. That's sort of my inlet. And Rob's not fast enough really to do dash grabs and things like that. Okay, getting juggled again.
That's what I was talking about. Like Josh, like really is keeping up well.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like Josh, like.
Yeah, so I shield there, like high nair on my shield. Go to do like a nair, or kind of like a reverse nair, to maybe get like a waft combo on this platform or here, which would have been game. But again, I'm not doing this full momentum nair out of shield. I'm just doing like from shield. I'm just pressing jump and nair, then trying to drift. But the problem with that is Wario's nair 2 hitbox is kind of small, so it's not going to connect unless I get full momentum.
But it's just as soon as he lets Alex have like a little opportunity, and it's joke like.
Okay, it's looking scary. Almost got a combo there, but let's just go back. So I was trying to get like a nair 2 into like an up air maybe on this platform, but I'm pretty sure I hit the bike here, which means it's not true.
Okay.
And yeah, instead of going for maybe like a chomp on this platform, I could just go for like a full hop, landing up air tech chase. That's something Shinymark taught me, and never realized that before. Like maybe use a landing up air to get these tech chase situations, which obviously has good reward because I'm going to get the waft off it.
Up air, yeah.
Okay, barely managed to live there, and that's yeah.
Oh,
No further comment. I was just a bit scared. Thought I wouldn't have another chance to use the waft because I almost died to the up air. Thought they'd do another one, and yeah, just expended it. Kind of sucks because I just got the up tilt as well. Maybe could have got a waft from that.
If you want to take this, because the projectiles will come
And yeah, up air shield pokes, and
that's so
yeah,
tragic.
that's it.
Awkward handshake.
Little awkward handshake there, but anyway.
Grabbing the
Good games from Alex. And yeah, I was happy with how I kept it competitive with her, and yeah, I think it was okay in the end. Just the main points, I guess, was being aware of the burst ranges. Like when I'm in someone's zoning range, I need to be actionable always. Like I need to be walking, or if I'm jumping, being ready to land and shield, or if I'm too high in the air, like air dodge, things like that, I guess. So yeah, just a few key points, to be honest. Very close game, and I think if a couple things were adjusted, probably could have got like a waft combo, probably could have done a few things better, but yeah, overall I was pretty happy with how I played this game. Alright, just heading home. Let me turn this light on. Just heading home after the tournament, and yeah, it was pretty fun. Didn't go the craziest result-wise, but sometimes it doesn't really matter to me how I'm going in bracket because I'm just happy with how I'm playing. Now, I don't think that is the optimal strategy because, as you saw last week, I wasn't too happy with how I was playing, which meant I was frustrated by my lack of progress, which meant I was a bit hurt that I wasn't growing, I was a bit stagnant. Now, something I guess, now the time's passed, I think something I realised is growth isn't linear. It's honestly kind of exponential, a little bit of plateauing and boom, big burst once you understand something, and plateauing and burst. So I shouldn't feel as if my play is regressing or anything like that, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's just every step counts, and I'm slowly, when you're in that plateau, you don't know if you're in a plateau or not, but when you're in that state, you don't look back and go, oh yeah, I just wasted all this time because I wasn't growing exponentially like I yeah, you sort of get what I'm saying. You know what I mean. Growth's not under your control. It only happens over time. But yeah, I think I've sort of tamed my expectations about how I'm going to go in bracket. I'm a bit antsy. I want to make a few runs, but I don't know why I'm in a rush. Like say for example, at the UWA tournament last week, I got 5th in my pool out of 7. Go back 2 years ago, I would have got 7th. If you go back a year, probably would have been 6th. So that's not to say that I will go one placing up pools every year, but that is to say that it's okay to be my seed. It's okay to not see progress all the time. Yeah, that's just something I guess I've learned after the fact. Taking a break helped me sort of realize that, I suppose. But yeah, let's get into the tournament. So I ended up going 1 and 2. I got 17th out of 34. Was surprised how many people came today, because I guess because it's the study week for UWA, the University of Western Australia. People just use that as their excuse, like, this is my break week, I'm going to go now, and then I want to go during exam period, or something like that. Whereas I thought people would be locked in the study period. As for me, yeah, I'm locking in for my PhD in my own way, but no exams, nothing like that. Okay, on to the tournament run itself. Now, my first opponent was Yuki Draco, who I was seeded to lose against, and but they were playing, well, they usually play Lucina Joker, but they were playing like random characters out of 10, like a 10 pool of characters, and I ended up versing their Jigglypuff and their Ness. So I beat them 2-0, managed to get a spot against like a pretty, well, the number 1 player seeded that night, which is Brendy. Brendy's a Diddy Kong player, also plays a little bit of Donkey Kong. Been trying out a bit of Inkling as well, actually, so definitely got a lot of characters he plays, but Diddy Kong's the main one. I versed his Inkling, that was pretty close, ended up getting last stock, last hit, and I did a nice situation where it was second stock, he built up a little bit of percent on me, like 50%, and he was at 100% second stock, and I think I knew he knew. I knew that he wasn't worrying about waft as much, because I was just like, yeah, he was more willing to just attack, rack up percent, and because of that, I just ripped the waft when I saw him go in for a back air. So that's what let me take the second stock, and then because it wasn't too big a percentage difference, I actually was able to rack up percent and then win the game without the waft, because I used the waft second stock. Had a half waft but didn't hit it. Then I ended up versing his Diddy Kong. He switched to Diddy Kong for the next 2 games, and game 2 was really close. It got down to like last stock, last hit. Ended up dropping a Naru killer combo because I was too high rage. We were playing on FD, and yeah, just barely didn't win that. And then game 3, just barely didn't win that as well. So held myself pretty good. I think Wario does win the Diddy Kong matchup. Bike's super good at just being a nuisance for Banana, just like a wall that he can't throw over. And on top of that, I think Wario does a good job of just rolling with Diddy Kong outside of the banana shenanigans. So yeah, I was pretty happy with how I was playing against him. So ended up losing 1-2, and that brought me to losers against Stitchy or LJ. He plays Lucas, and actually the last time we versed was like 2 months ago, I think. And it's crazy because I got 2-stocked 2-0 when we last versed 2 months ago, but it ended up going pretty close. I lost 1-2. Unfortunate SD, game 3, we were on PS2, and I went to up B and I got stuck under the stage, pancaked. So, a bit unfortunate how it ended, but outside of that, like, I had a great time, and I know the main thing I noticed was like my decision making's better and faster. Like, I was able to basically keep up with he plays a very fast-paced Lucas. And yeah, he told me after the game, we're having a good, we're having a fun time. Like, after the game, I won game 1, and between game 1 and 2, he was like, run it back. And it surprised me. I was like, oh, it sounded like a dog. Like, run it back, run it back. And we just did that the whole game. We just ran it back to PS2. Yeah, great guy, and it was good fun. But yeah, after the set, he told me that I've improved a crazy amount from the last time we versed 2 months ago, which, you know, feels great. I'm not going to say no to that. That feels great to hear, because definitely showed in the results. But it's just a little, you know, feel-good kick, a little bit of dopamine kick of, yeah, I definitely am on the right track. Things are progressing, but I shouldn't feel like rushing to grow, or feel like let those feelings of being stuck or stagnant or plateauing, you know, impact me deeply. So actually, I got a comment last week from someone who said, you know, it's good to like take the experience of losing, but also just, yeah, honor the fact that I lost, and honor that at the end of the day, like, there's, you know, everyone wants to win when they go to a tournament, and it's okay to lose. It's okay to lose if you know, hold yourself high, hold your head high, hold your spirits high, and you reflect on that. You know, it's not just a one tournament, that's it. There's a slow sort of grind inching towards you know, progressing, slowly making this progress. And a thing I like about Smash as well is that you can't just pick up the controller and be a number 1 player. Like, it's something that takes time. It takes years to sort of build up the skills to get really good, really competitive at this game. So yeah, once I sort of reframed how I was thinking last episode, it definitely helped me going forward. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say. Fun time. There might be a monthly this Sunday, which I'll probably do a video for. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll just do a weekly local. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, I'll catch you next week, Friday. See ya.